with the guy, keep him spinning. The guy's going to be looking for him. So when the guy looks, he's going to get hit. So also another thing going to be a big key. Whatever this guy does, my guy's going to give him back. In other words, it's going to be tit for tat. It's not going to be a one-way deal where the guy's going to wrestle, push, and pull. Slip jab's a perfect punch. It's a shot that I had to teach Willie Pastrano because he has short arms. And he always out-jabbed the guys, and the guys didn't know that he was out-jabbing them because he would slide in, let the jab go. That's called a slip jab.
Roberto Duran personifies the perfect boxer. He has the most important characteristics that spell success, not only in boxing, but in any field of endeavor. Mental energy, self-control, determination, plus a lot of ability. He's intense. He either likes you or doesn't like you. You've seen it. If you saw Joe Louis, he had the same feeling against certain fighters. He had that feeling against Max Schmeling. He went in there and he was set. And that's what is an asset to you when you prepare yourself like he's preparing himself for this fight.
I think what makes Roberto Duran great is that he has natural body balance. And when I say natural body balance, it allows him to punch from any angle whatsoever. His body's always balanced so that he can always punch no matter what position he is. The other fellow's a straight-up boxer, of which there's many around. However, he's a very good one. This fight rates throughout the boxing world as one of the greatest fights of the time.
And these fellows definitely do not like each other. I think this is, I say, 3 fights. The first Marciano Walcott fight was one of the great ones, and Norton Holmes heavyweight championship fight in Las Vegas was fantastic.
Road work is a great thing. Road workers help them a lot. Like stamina and keep going. When you're tired, you keep going. I've been around boxing over 50 years, and I've seen them all. And Roberto has something that these other fighters don't have. He has no fear of nobody. He's in there. He even knocked out a horse one day. He did. I think that Leonard is a little afraid of it.
Come on, Sugar.
A feast of sharpened boxing skills continues to unfurl in the final days of this superlative everything championship fight. The rhythm of their movements crisscrosses the floor of this workout enclave as poignantly and as imposingly as their determination and desire. After a day of grim battle preparation, another campaign is fought at the traditional daily press conference.
He is the one that is the immature one. I mean, they've been saying he's the mature one. It's not true. Ray has not matured yet to his physical proportions. Ray will be better this time out for the very simple reason he went 15 with Duran. Because all the studying and accentuation you do with Duran, you don't know him till you're in there. Now, he's the guy that's going to be in the ring. He's the guy that's going to be on the stool. He's going to do the job. And whatever Duran does, if he leaps in with the right hand, he's going to get dumped because my guy's ready to do something to him if he leaps in with the right hand. If he leaps in and does his thing, you know, with a right hand, left hook to the body, right head to the chin, right shoulder to the shoulder, left shoulder, grab her under the armpit. You know, he'll be ready for all that stuff because what he will do, he who will do it shall receive it, and he's going to get it that night.
I'm sharp. I feel that I've already conditioned myself, and I'll take the next 2 days off just to, you know, get back into the groove again. Because last time I reached my peak too early. And the way I'm going now, I'll reach my peak right at fight time. Duran felt that he could intimidate me verbally, but it really don't affect me at all. I mean, it just shows how smart he is and how intelligent he is. I mean, he's saying things that I don't understand.
Roberto,
Earlier, our producer had asked Duran about his personal feelings toward Leonard.
You hate him?
Roberto, dicen que tú verdaderamente no te gusta Leonard. Tú verdaderamente lo odias.
Es verdad que sí. Porque él quiere imitar a Muhammad Ali y él anda con 30 y 40 guardaespaldas para sentirse que él es valiente, que él es Superman y esas cosas. Por eso no gusto de él.
He said that he doesn't like Sugar Ray because Sugar Ray tries to imitate Muhammad Ali, and he's always hanging around with bodyguards, about 30 to 40 bodyguards, and you know, he shouldn't be doing like that, and that's the reason why he doesn't like him.
Does it have anything to do with the fact that in Panama you worked very hard to be a great fighter, and that he didn't work as hard as you did?
¿Será porque tú luchaste bastante para llegar a ser lo que tú eres ahora mismo y él no lo hizo?
Puede ser, es verdad.
It's very possible. He thinks it's true that he went all the
Y
way.
lo que yo tengo me lo he ganado.
Whatever he got is because he fought for it.
Okay, one last question. When you were on the streets of Panama and fighting, what was the toughest fight you had before you became professional? You remember it?
Cuando tú estabas en las calles de Panamá antes que tú fueras un boxeador profesional, ¿cuál fue la pelea más difícil que tú tuviste?
En la calle.
En la vida.
La pelea más dura que yo tuve en la vida, en la calle, fue la vida mía.
He said that
Coger la experiencia.
the toughest fight that he ever had before becoming a professional was with life. That's why he turned into a professional.
The birthplace of American jazz, Dixieland, a historic gateway to the Mississippi. New Orleans, the French Quarter. The unparalleled popularity of jazz, played New Orleans style, has kept this cultivated city in the forefront of the music world for more than a century. From W.C. Handy to Louis Armstrong, Pete Fountain, and Al Hirt, the jazz plays long and hot. There are motor cars and trolley cars and historic sites around every corner. a city of festivals and ethnic celebrations that somehow live in the shadows of the world-famous Mardi Gras. New Orleans, too, has long been known as the cradle of boxing, boasting 5 world champions and hosting championship fights dating back to the days of John L. Sullivan. Today, it's the city of the Superdome, and both city and arena have become the newly crowned shrine of the sports world.
There are so many superlatives about this fight itself, and there's so many superlatives about the Superdome. What are some of the outstanding characteristics of this building?
Well, one, it's covered, which helps, and it seats 80,000 people. You know, we have the Ida 4 screen, so there's really not a bad seat in the house. You could take the Astrodome in Houston and set it inside the Superdome.
I think as a fight fan, every aficionado of boxing throughout the world, every boxing buff, and everyone who is titillated by the fancy of being in the in-crowd where all the beautiful people are, will be here to see it live and in living colors. It emanates from the Superdome ring here in Louisiana.
On the eve of this fight, everybody wants to talk about the fight, but they also want to talk about the money. We're talking about a lot of bucks.
Yes, we are. I think it's the largest commitment ever been made for a one-night event in sporting history. $17.5 million been committed to this great event. And we have 2 great fighters, 2 great gladiators, so to speak, who command that type of attention, stature, and esteem that is entering the ring. We have the darling of America, Sugar Ray Leonard, a young man who went to Montreal and captured the gold medal in 1976, brought it back to this glorious nation, and henceforth became the welterweight champion of the world. And then we have a legend in his own time, Manos de Piedra, Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran, hailing from Panama, out of the ghettos of Panama, the guts, so to speak, to rise to stature and esteem and prominence as the lightweight champion of the world, and I might say one of the greatest lightweight champions that has ever been in the history of boxing. All Latin America, South America, and Central America is pulling for Roberto Duran. All of America is pulling for Sugar Ray Leonard. So we have a sort of an impasse here that's going to be settled in the center of the ring at the Superdome on November the 25th.
Who do you like, son?
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Why?
I think he'll win the fight. I think.
Oh, I like Roberto all the way. It seems to me he's much fighter. He's a tiger in the ring. He's gonna win.
I like Sugar Ray. I think he's gained the experience that he needs for the big fight.
I like Sugar Ray because I think he's a very superb fighter and he's a winner all the way.
I like Roberto Duran. I feel that he could do it again.
So we're down to the final few hours of preparation for the super fight. And this one projects to be one of the greatest draws in all time. Over $8 million for the live gate. And those $1,000 ringside seats are long gone. It's Leonard's quickness against the strength of Duran at the Superdome. From New Orleans, this is Mike Patrick. Good night.
Here's to the winners. Lift up the glasses.